Greetings, adventurers, and welcome back to Abnormal Voyages. My name is David, and today we find ourselves in the Golden State. That's right, we're in California. We're here in Sacramento to experience the California State Fair. I'm sure it's going to be an amazing time. Tag along.
We're going to a place that you've never heard of before. It's Abnormal Voyages. You're gonna learn something new. We're gonna open new doors. It's Abnormal Voyages.
We are now inside the fair. We've been greeted appropriately by some golden bears, and it is time to start exploring. This map does a great job of showing you just how big the California State Fair is. There's plenty to see and do, and we're going to do our best to see it all. To start off, we found the perfect way to get an overview of everything. Something very unique they have here at the California State Fair is their very own actual monorail system. What better way to see the entire fair from a bird's eye view? We climbed aboard, let's ride. At something like this, it can almost be overwhelming trying to figure out where to go and what exactly to do. The monorail helps you narrow down your spots of interest. It's also just a ton of fun getting to drive by and see all the awesome fair stuff set up. Plus, something very special to this fair, they have their very own water park. Isn't that cool? But we wave goodbye to the monorail and head to our first exhibit. You know, every state fair we go to, we have to stop by and see the arts and crafts section. This is where students from all over California are able to send in their art, and there were some amazing ones here. Just look at this fish, all dressed up. He is definitely a proper gentleman. And then this tapestry here has lots of doors on it, but each one has a unique creature coming out of it. Some are regular animals, but we happened to spot Bigfoot up there, and then down in the corner, there was even a spooky ghost. Pretty cool. This student was very much inspired by Disneyland and created their own model of that famous ride, It's a Small World. I'm not going to sing the song, but I'm willing to bet that you've already got those lyrics stuck in your head. There was a silly-looking giraffe head. Some of the modeling was really cool this year. This definitely looked like a very Greek god-inspired thing. And then COVID floating through the air. Hopefully just the art, none of the actual COVID. We moved on to the paintings, and they were very interesting. A lot of imagination went into these. I don't know where the giant rabbit man came from, but I wouldn't want to run into him at all. This almost reminded me of Remy from Ratatouille, but he was shoveling cheese down. And then, on the table, the head of the slain Medusa. Make sure you don't look into her eyes. The level of talent on display was just astonishing. I've literally been to fine art museums that don't have art as good as some of the ones that these students put forth. So it was a real treat walking through here and just getting to see all these smile-inducing pieces. I've also got to admit, the fact that a lot of them were a little bizarre and quirky made it all that much better. You can't beat a baby monster. But speaking of art, if you stepped outside, you could see somebody painting a live canvas right there in front of you. She was busy painting Camp Smokey, another display they had out. Of course, we learned all about Smokey the Bear in a previous episode, so it was great seeing them out here helping teach kids about fire safety and making sure we preserve all that wonderful wilderness. There was even a puppet show.
Every home should practice an escape plan in case of fire. How many ways should you know how to escape each room in your home? Is it one way, 2 ways, or 3 ways?
Oh, that's easy. You just need one way to escape.
Charlotte, how many ways should you know how to escape each room in your home? Is it 2 ways? Audience, is she correct? That's correct. You should know at least 2 ways to escape from every room in your home.
And before you left, you had to stop by and tell Woodsy the Owl happy 50th birthday. That's an old owl.
Something very sweet here at the fair. They have an entire building set up as the Candy Maze selfie experience. Let's explore it.
Now, the maze wasn't very difficult, but they certainly nailed the candy aspect of it. There were mountains and mountains of candy built up as the walls, and you could even take a little bucket with you through it to collect candy that you wanted to buy at the end of the maze. If they weren't careful, their maze was going to get eaten up. But after your sweet tooth was taken care of, you could stop for some very interesting selfie spots. We had the sugar-delivering robot here who suspiciously looked like C-3PO a bit. There were some donuts if you weren't tired of sweets by this point, as well as a giant lollipop and a little gummy bear chair that you could sit in. They also really like giant versions of things, such as this exquisite piece of art, a giant sunflower that was right in the middle of one of the exhibit halls. It was gorgeous to look at and really brought focus to the agriculture part of California.
Something California is very well known for is an abundance of fresh produce. Here we have a whole section celebrating all the delicious, fresh food that come from this wonderful state.
The highlight was this model of California laid out in the middle for everyone to admire. They went through and placed on each individual section what produce specialized from that region. It may surprise you to see just how many foods come from one state. Agriculture is an important part of so many Californians' lives, so it's awesome that they got the spotlight here and were able to share that with everybody who happened to come through. And of course, there were some really fun displays and picture-taking opportunities here, using old advertisements and new ones, as well as this big bunch of grapes. This was also where we found a very unusual food-related art form. Here, you could get a custom-made cotton candy animal. It's something that I personally have never seen anywhere before. The artist had plenty of different colors and flavors of cotton candy that they're able to throw into the machine as they quickly work their craft and build all the different pieces of any animal you could want. It was mind-blowing how quickly and accurately they were able to create these fluffy animals. You can tell they probably practiced this for a long time to be able to be this good at it. A lot of people were picking things like ducks and rabbits, but I went in a little different direction.
And the finished product, the wonderful cotton candy dragon. He looks amazing, but let's see how he tastes. Just gonna take a bit out of his back of his head here. Best tasting dragon I have ever had. And now a little entertainment with a brief celebration of dance.
One thing that truly sets one state fair apart from another state fair is celebrating the culture of that state. There were several dances done that all celebrated different aspects of Hispanic culture that was there and thriving in the California region. Learning about culture starts at a very young age, as you can see from these young men who are very swift on their feet. it's awesome getting to see this display of culture spotlighted at the fair. Now, we take you to a very different dance experience.
Welcome to the hoppinest spot in the entire fair. This is the Silent Disco. Now, as the name suggests, there's no music in here. However, everybody has on these very spiffy headphones. You put them on, and you're automatically connected to the music. So everybody's listening to the same thing. But you take them off, you don't hear anything at all. So music? No music. Very interesting.
Rides and games are certainly a staple of any state fair. The Midway has always been one of the most popular spots for guests to visit. On the surface, all the rides and fun houses may look exactly the same from one fair to the next, but if you stop and really look, you can always find a couple unique ones that stand out from the rest. One of the best things about this fair is that just walking around, there are surprises around every corner.
And this is Poppy, the official mascot for the state fair. You doing all right today, Poppy? Well, high five. Thanks for letting us come and check it out. And now probably my favorite exhibit at the fair, Toytopia, that dives into the history of toys and games.
Everybody loves toys and board games, and this exhibit goes all the way back to the early ages of them. From Lincoln Logs to Mr. Potato Head to Cabbage Patch Dolls and Tamagotchis, every fad and every trend can be found here. It was really fun getting to see people reminisce about some of the older toys, and then kids seeing these for the first time and hearing their parents explain that this is what they used to play with when they were kids. A very bonding experience.
One of the best parts of Toytopia, they got giant versions representing some of your favorites. It is a ton of fun.
Drawing something on this massive Etch-a-Sketch would probably take you a little bit of time. Perhaps you'd prefer taking a ride on this really big K'NEX Ferris wheel next to these giant dominoes, or you could step back and play a game of giant battleship. Gotta watch out for those missiles.
This is our California correspondent, Mr. Gerald T. Spuds, and he just wanted to say thank you for everybody watching this and getting to enjoy this lovely state. And what was that? Oh, he said a lot of his friends that you've seen in movies can be seen right over here, so we're gonna go meet them.
You simply can't do a toy exhibit without featuring Toy Story. These toys have become not only beloved characters, but beloved actual toys. There were a few other movie icons though, such as the Turbo Man doll from Jingle All the Way, everybody's favorite puppet Pinocchio, and there's Battleship again. You could even spy Chucky lurking in the corner from Child's Play.
Well, it was certainly fun playing around, and I think it's safe to say we left our mark. Let's go see what else the fair has in store for us.
Now, we couldn't end our day without touching on all the wonderful food and drink that was available here at the fair. For a lot of people, this is their whole reason for coming. It's always fun seeing what unique things a state has to offer. So, once again, we pass it off to Blake for another edition of Food Stars.
So just like Texas, California is definitely a taco state. Here today we have turkey leg tacos. I love tacos and I love turkey legs, so together it's got to be amazing. Let's see what we got here. Not bad. I mean, you can taste the turkey leg for sure. I think honestly they should put a little, like the pico and everything like that is not very spicy in my opinion. Give it that nice kick. And I'm more of a flour tortilla kind of guy myself, but overall I definitely have to give these 3.5 stars out of 5. So just like the turkey leg tacos, we have another interesting combo. Both items I do enjoy. We have refreshing lemonade, but the little catch here is it's been infused with jalapeno peppers. So what I'm assuming it's going to be is a nice refreshing taste of that lemonade with the kick of that pepper afterwards. So let's find out. Oh yeah, just as I expected. You get that cool, refreshing taste of that lemonade with a nice little slow sizzle of the jalapeno peppers. Jalapenos aren't very spicy to begin with, definitely in this format. So even if you're not a big spicy fan, you can still get that sensation without being overwhelmed with it. Definitely giving it a 4.5 stars out of 5.
Wow, that jalapeno lemonade definitely looks interesting. I think I'm going to stick with the good old-fashioned. That's all the time we have for today, adventurers. Thanks for tagging along with us at the California State Fair. That's 3 down. Who knows which one we're going to hit next? If you got any suggestions, throw them in the comments. My name is David, and this has been Abnormal Voyages. We'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for